2025 F350 DRW dually rear wheels, 4x4 crew cab, ruby red, black, onyx, platinum, blue, leather, 6.7 liter power stroke V8 diesel, 10-speed automatic torque shift. These are all your standard options right there. You can peruse those. We're going to jump down here into the meat. 2025 model year, ruby red, that's a new color for this year, $495. Preferred equipment package 723A, 6.7 liter power stroke V8 diesel for $10,500. 10-speed automatic torque shift, no charge. 355 ratio, that's the gears out the back, limited slip for $385. Front license plate bracket, they're gonna throw that in. All-weather mats without carpet, $130. 14,000 gross vehicle weight rating. Vehicle safe by console vault. I'll show you about that. That's $350. Engine block heater for $190. 50 states emissions, no charge. Means we can take it into California. We've got a jack back there, wheel well liners in the front for $180. Splash guards in the rear, there's no charge. Moonroof panel, twin panel, $1,500. Upfitter switches, $230. 410 amp dual alternator, $115. We got a tough bed spray in liner for $595, and a max recline driver's seat for $560, ringing in the total $98,710. And in case you'd like to know right here, this one right here, the white version, is $2,000 more, ringing in at $99,710. I mean, it's not a new color, but it's a color on the dually that they didn't have last year. Ruby red metallic tinted star white. Look at the glisten right there. Look at that. Dualies. Remember Lethal Weapon 2 when Mel Gibson hooked that GMC Sierra dually up to the house with stilts on it, or the house on stilts? Remember that? That was the first time I ever knew anything about a dually. I didn't know. I just thought it was a truck with big hips. I just thought it was a truck that had more wheels on it. I didn't really understand what we were doing and what was going on, but oh my word. Do you know how powerful these trucks are? The base engine has 475 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque. That's the base. That's the base model engine. Now, and what I mean, and you can tell a base model from a high output. See where it says 6.7 right there, and it's just black badging? Okay, that's just the regular one. Now, right here, if this was red, that stands the lipstick red badge. That's high output, 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. It is way more powerful than the Cummins or the Duramax. Now, I will say this, in base trim, the Cummins does have 25 more pound-feet of torque than the Stroker. But the Duramax, I feel sorry for the Duramax guys. Do y'all feel like you're lacking? Like, do you feel like that General Motors cheated you? I mean, y'all do have good amount of horsepower, 475 horsepower, but the torque? You're rolling less than 1,000 pound-feet of torque. I mean, this thing would just drag it all over. I mean, I didn't make the numbers. They did it for themselves. It can tow 40,000 pounds maximum in gooseneck level. 40,000 pounds. Remember, 2,000 pounds is a ton. So 2 goes into 40, 20 times. Which means if you have the gooseneck in there, you know, the setup right there where it looks like a semi in the bed, 20 tons is your maximum towing capacity. Okay, Casey, I don't use a gooseneck. If you use just the regular towing, if you use just the regular towing, it's up to 28,000 pounds. 14 tons. I want you to think about this for just a second. Okay, right here, for instance, here is a Toyota Camry. Fantastic, great car. Let's say that car weighs in at about, let's call it 4,000 pounds, just for ease of math. It doesn't weigh anywhere close to that. It probably weighs more like 3,300 pounds, something like that, but I ain't trying to get all mathy. Anyway, 4,000 pounds goes into 40,000 pounds 10 times. So, with this truck right here, we could technically, actually not theoretically, that's a better word, theoretically pull 10 of those. Now, that's not exactly true because we got to get the trailer and everything, but you see what I'm saying? That's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight. The Dodge Ram is the only one that competes even close to this. You know what's surprising to me? Car and Driver. I like Car and Driver motor trends out there. I've watched and read Car and Driver magazine since I was a little tyke. Car and Driver's got the Ram ahead of this. It's got the Ram #1, the F3 or the Super Duty's #2, and then the Chevy's #3, or General Motors. It's the interior. That interior on that Dodge Ram is nice. I'm not gonna lie. That's a juicy place to be. It's a perfect segue. Let's see if this is juicy or not as juicy. Interior in the F350 Platinum. Here, before we get in here, oh, look at this, textured. This is made out of it's cut from a single piece of granite. Ford's been processing it for centuries. And it's finally prepared and well enough, strong enough, worthy enough to be put in a Super Duty truck. So now they have cut grooves into it and sanded it down. That is luxury right there. Along with 3-way memory seats, unlock and lock for the doors. We've got folding mirrors in and out, power mirrors, power windows, power door locks, squishy squish. Oh, nice navy Alcantara suede. We got some more squishy squish, massive panels down there, water bottle holders, maps, scrapers, and coming on inside now. Top of the line. Remember, Platinum is over King Ranch. We've got power adjusting pedals. Here's all of your light control. It has the mirrors on the outside of the lights. There's all your headlights and fog lights. Electronic parking brake. There's your hood release. Your center console has storage on both sides right there. You've got 1-2 cup holders right there. Or you could make it 3-4 if you needed to in a pinch. Put your cell phone right there, so your cell phone can ride in a safe place as you're driving down the highway delivering your load. We've got down there a USB-C, a USB-D. We've also got a wireless charging pad. Let's climb aboard here. We've got the electronic running boards that jump right out as soon as you open the door. Reach up here and grab your handle, because everyone needs a good handle. Let's bring this Power Stroke to life, shall we? Got your Jake brake right there, or your exhaust brake. I like to pretend that I'm in a semi here. Here's your trailer braking system right there. Here's your 4-wheel drive, 2 high, 4 low drive modes. We'll go ahead and play with that just a little bit. There's normal, slippery, rainy. We're shifted into 4-wheel drive. It does that by itself. Now we're in off-road mode. When you go into off-road mode, you automatically click on the camera up front. We've also changed the gauge cluster. If you see now, you've done the compass right there. By the way, in case you didn't know, we're sitting at 606 feet above sea level. Now we're still in off-road mode. I guess that's all we've got. Back into slippery, normal, tow haul mode, and eco mode. Ah, yes. Got a heads-up display right there. It's got the time, speedometer, temperature outside, and also it does display the speed limit when you're driving. I want to show the camera package real quick, because the camera package in here is pretty amazing. It's actually one of my favorite features. Let's go to features and we'll find our cameras there, I believe. Zone lighting. When you press zone lighting, that turns the truck into a spaceship. It turns on all the exterior lighting. It's quite a show. Obviously it's the daytime, so I can't show you, but it's pretty cool. All right, let's get out of this and let's go on back. I need to show, hey, we need to see your camera function. That's what these folks are here to see. So let's go to settings. No, we don't want any of that. Where is your camera, my friend? Oh, let's just push this button right here. Let's do a little shortcut. Ah, yes. So you've got the overhead right there. We're looking out the front. Let's unleash the list. All right, so now we've got the big single view right there. We got Menage right there. Now we've got looking out the back off the tailgate. Now we're going to check down so we can, when we're hooking up our trailer, it just kind of helps out. You know what I mean? Off the mirrors right there, just to make sure we can slide them big hips into something. And then also, that's for when you got the trailer hooked up as well. Let's go ahead and put it back on the singly and get out of the camera modes. The camera mode is one of my favorite things. Push that to get out. Traction control on and off. You got dual zone climate control, heated and cooled seats. Remember, you got massaging seats in there. Let's go ahead and go to features and let's show some of that right there. Where are just the seats? We want to see your seats. There they are. Driver. Since we're sitting in the driver, we're just going to worry about that. Let's go ahead and turn on that massage. Oh, yes. Lower rolling. Let's give that a little bit more power, shall we? Oh, yes. Now let's go ahead and do a little circular action. Oh, wax on, wax off on my buttocks. Oh, thank you so much. Full recovery. Now we're coming up that lower back. Oh, we're doing some wax on, wax off. Now we're still coming up. Oh, yes. Anyway, don't think that the driver gets all the fun. The passenger can have a little bit of that juice as well. I'm going to sit here and enjoy my massage while we finish looking out. Got a 12 volt right there. Got a full-blown power outlet down in there. Got a massive center console. Yes, I was hoping it was here. We've been talking all day long about how folks, men, women, oh yes, I can feel it, doing the wax on my taint. Anyway, we've talked about all day long, sorry about discussing my taint. We've discussed how these trucks are used for folks that aren't at home very often. They may be traveling for work, using them to earn money. So they're away from home, out of their comfort and safety zone. Once again, Ford has you covered. Right here in the center, you've got a little single 4-digit code. You just turn that right there and it opens up pretty deep down in there, but you may need to keep some survival stuff in there, maybe a little pew-pew action, little blade, if you will. Anyway, you can keep your weapons down in there. I love that feature right there. The wings. The wings are just another version of these seats. You can kick them out a little bit. Oh, there's one notch. Let's go one more time. I think it's got one more in it. Oh, did I miss it? Oh, there it went. Oh, we went all the way back. I know it has 3 settings. We're not going to continue to keep playing with that and on it. Oh, I keep forgetting. When it comes around, you feel the wax on, wax off. Folks use these as hot shots. They're hauling cars, they're hauling hay, whatever. They're traveling across the country. So a lot of times they're not at home, okay? They'll be away from home when they're hauling. So Ford took care of that. What you do is you come back here and you lay your seats up, put them in the back. We're just going to do this side right here. Then we come up here and we start putting this seat down. Because after you've driven all day long, you don't want to spend the money on a hotel room because that cuts into your profit margin. I mean, let's just be honest. So the inside of this truck at the end of the workday now turns into a cot, turns into a little single bedroom apartment. Lays completely flat. The seat, or not completely flat, but it does the best it can. The seat bottom comes up. The back flares out right there. It goes way down. That's why you have to lift up the rear seat right there so you get the maximum reclining. And then you get on in here, put a pillow behind your head and catch a few hours of sleep before it's time to do another day's towing adventures. Max recline seats. And it's only $560 option. For this next part, I want to say right out of the gate that I understand that General Motors, they have a system like this. Matter of fact, General Motors system on their tailgates, Ram doesn't really have anything, but General Motors, they've got a 2-step system. It's almost RV-ish, but this is Ford's a little bit quicker to the punch. Upfitter switches right here in case you want to hook up some extra lights, a snow plow, a winch, whatever. The switches are already pre-wired, so you're good to go right there. It does have a power sliding rear window back there. And if you want to get the full air view, sunroofs are very important to me. Some people don't care. The sunroof to me isn't more important than the radio. I like my skin tanned. I like my music loud, and I like the wind blowing in my hair. When you do this right here, you've got the old twin panel, so you can put that back right there, sit in the back seat, look at the stars out, and just fall in love. And then there is the fully opened hole right there. Luxury. Remember, we're still getting the wax on, wax off on our taint while we're getting our hair blown in the wind.
Now, there are obviously lower price trim levels. These are the only two I had access to, so I took advantage. While we're talking about that, I'd like to say thank you to Ford of Murfreesboro and Murfreesboro, Tennessee, for allowing me to play with your dually trucks. Car and Driver is my holy grail, so I'm always going to kind of agree with them. They've got the Ram 3500 number 1, F350 number 2, and a Chevy GMC 3500 ranked number 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a hobbly.